We're back with Bob Dove, CEO and President of Hawaii Employers Mutual Insurance Company, HEMIC. Our show is about inspiring leaders to develop them. What do you think in your lifetime has prepared you to be in the position as CEO today?
You know, there's that old saying that leaders are born, not made. But I think there's probably some truth to that. Not that it's in your genes necessarily, but your early childhood upbringing and that type of thing. But also a lot of it is preparation, doing your homework, learning your craft or your trade. From my very early days, I was very fortunate. I grew up in a household that my dad was a very successful college athlete. He was an All-American football player at Notre Dame. Rather than going on to a pro career, he enlisted in the Marine Corps during World War II. And I think by the time he retired from the Marine Corps, he was a captain through the war years. I was born at Camp Pendleton in Oceanside, California, at the Naval Hospital there. Then my dad was a professional football player and a coach, and so he was always in high-profile leadership positions, and I saw that and I learned from that, and I wasn't intimidated by being in that position. And he had many life lessons that I kind of accepted and incorporated. I know one of the things that he said, I made some comment about at one point about being a good loser. And I know this goes into semantics. And he said, you don't want to be a good loser. He said, you want to be a gracious loser, but not a good loser. Once you accept losing, then losing comes too easily. You want to be a good winner and a gracious loser. Learn how to deal with both success and failure, but turn both into success. And so that is all part of that process. And so I had that example growing up. And then I was an athlete and played basketball at Ohio State and was captain and most valuable player of the Ohio State team. And so that thrusts you into a leadership role. Whether you want to be there or not, you're a leader, an elected leader of that team. And so had that bit of training. But from the other side of it, once I got in the insurance industry, and I did that entirely by accident, I treated it as a profession. I learned my craft. I did a lot of study. I've got the professional designations, and that helps you with leadership because if you're comfortable in what you say is right, if you feel that you have command of the subject, much easier to lead. And yet you have to also understand that you don't know it all. You never know it all. And there's other people that have good ideas. And that's why we have the type of environment we do where we want people. I can sit in my office and have all kinds of nice theories, but I'm not out in the field. So we need input from agents about what really works in the field. I'm not working on the line where the day-to-day work takes place. And so we may have what we think is a great system, maybe technology or otherwise, and yet it's not working and it's bottlenecked. And so that's why I think one of the things you have to have in being a leader is the confidence that you can be wrong and the confidence that other people can be right and can have better ideas. Because if you don't have that, then you suppress those ideas. And if you suppress the ideas, then you're really not leading, you're driving.
Coming from your small company of one starting and now to a much larger company, when did you folks feel that it was time to start getting more involved in the community?
We're in a kind of an unusual situation in that we're a mutual insurance company, and a mutual insurance company means that you're owned by your policyholders. And so we never felt that we were empowered by the policyholders to invest a lot of what was their money into good causes, into the community. And we never felt, we insure many of the nonprofits in the state, and we didn't feel that we could pick and choose and do that. And so in a way we're in a difficult situation. But with our employees, we've talk to all our employees about being good corporate citizens, about being involved in the community. And so internally, while we're not spending HEMIC dollars, corporate dollars, on the nonprofit community and that type of thing to any large extent, I think we have a budget of maybe $30,000. But our employees are involved individually. We have once a month we have a casual day. Now, my first question when they proposed having a casual day was, how can we get more casual? You know, I came out of a coat and tie environment. I feel pretty casual. But where they can wear jeans and tennis shoes and things to work. They pay $5 for that privilege. And we have really two charities that those go to, and one is breast cancer, and the other is a Lokahi project for Christmas gifts for kids. And so all year round, we have constant reminders that the importance of being good corporate citizens, because at least once a month we have one of these casual days, and people pay to dress casual, and that money goes to good causes. And I think that constant awareness is good for our staff, and it's good for the company.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bob.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio, Hawaii.